DD214 Network podcast is for mature audiences only. Any videos, music, or entertainment not originating from DD214 Network is used and covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, also known as fair use. Opinions expressed are our own and do not represent any DoD or U.S. government entities as a whole. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. You are no longer alone now, because we have you.
Thank you.
There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We are
good
live.
fucking morning, everybody.
We are live and kicking, as the non-point song goes. How's everybody doing today?
Oh, I'm about to be doing a lot better in about 3 seconds. Hold on.
Oh,
cheap,
man.
fucking cheap swill. Nothing like it first thing in the morning. Let me tell you.
Oh, absolutely. So how's everybody's knees feeling?
My knees are okay. Are your knees not okay, John? Were you on your knees last night, John?
I was on my knees last night. I wasn't doing that, Jay. I wasn't doing that.
Why not?
Right?
Why not?
Well, I wasn't getting paid for the work, so
what
happened? It was all in good fun.
Did you walk like a Jim and Jed, Donna from Texas? Like, thank you all for showing up today. It's good to see you all. Good to see you all.
So, obviously you guys know, baby, you can finish that. Obviously you guys know we got a big crew. We clean Sanchez Media. So, and within that, a lot of those guys, we have a crew called Lost in the Fuck. So yesterday was a friend of ours' third wrestling match.
Okay. This is professional wrestling, right? Like
professional wrestling. Yep.
Okay.
And this was his third match, and homeboy co-main evented.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
In his third match?
His third match with his boy Jay.
Putting it on his shoulders, man. Putting it on his shoulders.
So just real quick, I got some stuff here to show you guys to kind of show you. Oh, I just hit the wrong app.
Surprise. John's pressing buttons again. Surprise.
Mr. Bill.
Oh no, Mr. Bill.
So I'm not gonna give you audio on this. And look, so this was part of the chaos yesterday.
Here we go.
All right, so this is my footage right here, so you can see how close I was. I'm literally in, and there's my pack of Newports just right there.
Yoink! Hey, yoink!
Yeah. Great to see you too, man. It's good to see everybody here. But yeah, so you could see the action. That's actually we had our the whole crew. We had the whole front row section for our boy Colin.
Cool.
But let me get you some real cool footage. So I'm working on this right now. So yesterday's show was Loud East Wrestling. There is a wrestler named the Grim Reaper, and yes,
he smokes. Yes, he smokes.
So he runs a promotion. It was at the Knights of Columbus. Now, what's really cool about this place you're about to see, and Squilini, this camera, the DJI, just really does it all. Okay, like there is, you can see that it's moving a little slow right now because of the rendering, and that's my buddy right there, Colin Parker, and his tag team partner Jay, and they just blew the house down, guys. Okay, third match. Okay, the venue itself was great. The house was packed. Okay, as you can see, it was just it was crazy, and went there as a spectator, and a buddy of ours, Max, who was taking photography, he saw me with my camera. He was like, he literally physically grabbed me by the shoulder and kidnapped me from my wife, who was looking so tasty last night. All right, so damn tasty. And he grabbed me and he was like, start filming, and this dude just grabbed me and was just like, just film whatever, to the point that, oh yeah, look, you want to see somebody go through a door?
Always.
So to me, this was like the highlight right here. That's our buddy Colin right there. So he actually he received a nosebleed during the match, and he used that to his advantage. And he screamed into the camera, "You want to fucking make me bleed my own blood?" And this was incredible. We didn't expect this to happen, and boom.
Nice.
You know, and
that was a good bump. That was a good bump. That looked like it actually looked like a safe bump. That looked like a safe
incredibly safe. You know,
that was a good bump.
It was incredible, you know, and my wife, my wife and I, we don't go out a lot, and when we do, we always have a good time, and this was no different. We got to smoke with some of the wrestlers.
Right.
Joey Janela, you're a fucking asshole. You know,
yeah, fuck you, Joey. Fuck you, Joey.
Yeah, Joey Janela, who was like, so Joey Janela was the main event. He's a popular wrestler here from New Jersey, and Colin Parker and his partner Jay they took the energy out of the room after that match, because once that match was over, everyone left. So I mean, it was an incredible night. We got some great footage. It was a great date night with my wife. My mom and my sister watched the kids, and I got some great fucking footage. But during the time of that, getting some of that footage, I was duck walking, and my wife told me after, she was like, everyone was asking why you were doing that, and I was trying to be considerate. I'm not going to be fucking considerate anymore. I'm going to be super inconsiderate next time while I'm getting the shot.
Just stand in front of everybody while you're taking your picture, shove your fucking smelly ass right in their fucking face instead of being considerate, and let them see what inconsiderate looks like, and maybe they'll stop asking dumbass fucking questions like, why is John doing a duck walk?
What Jay said.
Fucking asshole.
And you know what? Everyone is saying the exact same thing to me. So I mean, Colin Parker, 12 out of 10. That was an incredible show of strength in your third match. I can't wait to go to the next one. And thank you for Loud East Wrestling and Max for allowing me the opportunity to film that stuff. I got a lot of great footage, man. That was you guys know I've taken footage for things like this before, and this was incredible. But my fucking thighs are killing me, man.
All that means is you're skipping leg day, John. Stop skipping leg day, John.
Stop skipping leg day.
Stop fucking skipping leg day, bro.
I need to skip. I need to stop skipping full body day.
Like, you need to stop skipping every day, right? Like,
I think my wife was telling me too. I woke up this morning. My wife was, I was Little Spoon last night, and my wife was like,
"It's okay to be baby bear sometimes, dude.
No, it's okay.
Right.
No, and my wife was like, "You were crying last night. You were in so much pain." I'm like, "I am in pain. I do believe I was crying. I'm in pain."
It's okay, John. We've all cried into the bosom of a beautiful woman sometimes, dude. Like, it happens.
But man, that was that. I mean, and to be honest with you, the show, we've all been to wrestling shows. We've been to, but this wasn't like your amazing. You saw the venue.
It was at the Knights of Columbus.
Yeah, but what I have to say is that the lights that they had were like super professional. Everything was clean. Okay. The food was cheap.
Yep.
And I got some awesome backstage shots. Like really good backstage shots, which I mean, look, it was a really cool event. Loud East Wrestling, and I mean, half the time, half the wrestlers were out there smoking. There was even one wrestler that was out there. He was smoking as he was getting ready to go to the back of the locker room, and everyone's like, "Yo, you better watch out for your boy with all that weed you're smoking." He was like, "This is just my first blunt. I'm good. I'm good.
Right. Just
We're
the
gonna
first
be
one.
okay."
Just the first one.
Yeah, but incredible show. I mean, I think Loudy's Wrestling has a lot of potential. You know, there was a great fan base there. It was very personal event. Jam and Jet, a Marine friend of mine, Marine brother, worked for WWE when I lived in New York. I would get tickets waiting for my son, friends, tickets in the Wrestlers Family section. It was a blast. The Wrestlers Family section is great. That's right in the front. There's actually a dude on when you're watching WWE. He has like super long hair. And I think he's one of the cameraman's like kids, and he's just
It's
in
got to be.
every like Raw episode. Like he's a familiar face that you see. But there's
Sure.
also, if you go through the history of the WWE, there's always been like reoccurring fans. There's one from ECW. I can't remember his
There's,
name. There was a few of
um,
them.
I was going to say there's commonalities with this. I mean, old school carnivals, carnies, you know what I mean, like traveling performers, old school professional wrestling.
Yeah,
Okay, when you have like these regional based things and you travel to do shows or things, the whole family goes, like fucking deadheads. You guys remember deadheads, or what do they call fish fans? What do they call those, dropouts? Or wait, no, that's not, no.
I don't know.
It's like all the people that follow Grateful Dead, people that follow Fish, people that follow WWE, some of the regional wrestling, traveling carnivals. That's all like it's tribal. So
Yeah,
you start to see a lot of the familiar members of the tribe, whether they're in front of the camera or behind the camera. You start seeing a lot of familiar faces. John,
yeah.
did Gates defend the 420 wrestling title?
Listen, I can't confirm or deny that. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to watch BRVG for that one. That's a conversation. That's a story you're gonna have to hear from the man himself, because
We're
that's
not.
not my story to tell.
Those aren't the kind of spoilers that we give here on DD214.
Yeah, yeah. That
Oh,
was.
I've got a spoiler for everybody.
Oh.
Did you hear that some hostages got rescued from Gaza?
Yes. Yes,
Boy,
they
I
did.
bet that really fucking
Yes, they
ruined
did.
Hamas's day, didn't it? Fucking like, yeah.
That happened. That
Boy,
happened.
man, I think the only people that are surprised are like the idiot college kids waving fucking flags on college campuses right now. Like they were found in the house of a person who has written articles for Al Jazeera before. Like like nothing about this was surprising. Like I don't know how nobody like saw this coming a mile away. Fucking that dude got killed. They offed him. They offed another person in the house. It was a PhD. I think it was his wife or something, or somebody else. PhD. They fucking waxed that fucking asshole. Like 3 people in the house got waxed and 1 person got injured. And fucking yeah, 4 people are officially home. One I think, I don't know if it's all of them but definitely 1 or 2 of them were originally kidnapped on October 2nd. Great job to the fucking IDF and some of their special forces or special operations types. We want to say thank you for the hard work. That's what fucking the military does, and it's always nice to know. I've always been proud of the fact that no matter where I was in the world, if I go missing, like my country was gonna fucking try to find me. And Israel found some hostages that were they've been gone since October 7th. So congratulations to them. I hope you guys are spending good time with your family right now. Fuck Hamas. Fuck Hamas. Okay, and if you like Hamas, you want to wave that flag fucking over here, fuck you too.
Let's go. We're high powered today. Everyone is in everyone is high energy today. Squilini, what's going on with you? I haven't heard you say a word yet.
Fucking, I'm dead still.
No shit.
It got hot. It got hot this week, didn't it, Squilini? It got hot, didn't it?
Dude, bunch on this week, and then yesterday. So last weekend we decided this weekend we were going to do a little cookout. Me and the neighbor, we both busted our smokers out. We did some pork shoulders. I was up at 3:00 yesterday morning, fucking getting the smoker going. And I hit the bed at like 9:00 and just crashed. And I'm still like, you can see like the bags under my fucking eyes right now.
How was
Like,
how the fucking barbecue come out? That
it
looked
fucking came out good. I'm gonna actually let me.
Did you say?
Yeah, let's see it.
Did you say you went a little bit more Kansas City style with this one to try it?
No.
Oh, you wanted your style after eating all the Kansas City. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
So this was just prep. I trimmed it up, got it all seasoned, put it in the fridge for overnight. So Friday I trimmed it, put the seasoning on it, threw it, covered it with some tin foil, threw it in the fridge, let the seasoning kind of soak into the meat a little bit. That was, let's see, that was taken at 8 a.m., 8:30 in the morning yesterday. So it had been on for about 4 hours at that point. And then we're going to skip right to this video. So this was at 8 o'clock last night after I'd let it rest for a while after it came off.
That's what you wanted, right?
Oh, I did not want fucking to share with audio. Hold on. Because that was fucking.
No, I did not want that. I did not want that. God damn it.
No, do not share with audio. And actually, I think that's not the video I wanted to play either. This is the one. Hold on.
I was going to say just mute the audio. Keep it playing. Just mute the audio.
There we go.
There you go.
There you go, tech
it's
guy.
falling right off. Oh, yeah, it's falling right the
Look
fuck
at that.
off. Yep. Yes, sir.
Holy
yes, sir.
Shit.
Joe, are you okay with me telling you that I want to eat some of your meat, bro? Your meat looks really tasty, Joe. It looks like it just looks so full and like juicy. You know,
Jay.
What?
This is a PG-13 show.
Wait, say it again, John.
That shit.
Actually, more like NC-17, but yeah.
So
yeah, because this podcast isn't like rated fucking XXX always, right? Like, come on, John. Come on.
So I pull it off at like 6 o'clock yesterday because it was, once it hit that stall point at about 165, it stayed. It wasn't going anywhere for like 2 hours. Pulled it off at 6, kept it wrapped. Towel down in the cooler, put it down in the cooler, closed the cooler to keep it insulated.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to pull it at 8 o'clock last night, that shit was still fucking piping hot as if it had just come off.
Good shit.
Like I would start grabbing to pull.
I
and have to step back for a few fucking seconds, let my hands cool down again.
It's really obvious. Watch it, like when you send us pictures and stuff, that you take your time, you take care when you make your barbecues, and it's like, and that's fucking, you like the prepping, the cooking, like the aftercare. It's almost like doing like bondage and submission with a willing partner. There's fucking there's prep, there's playtime, and there's fucking aftercare. Okay, don't forget the aftercare, ladies and gents.
That's the most important part.
I don't care if you're a dominant or submissive. I don't care what you're into. It's not my business if you're a top or a bottom. Not my business. Aftercare is a thing, okay? Aftercare is a thing. All right, you have to use aftercare. All right.
Yeah, no, I mean, fucking, it came out good. So my buddy, he's got an electric pellet smoker, so his came off the smoker like 3 hours before mine.
Holy shit.
Just because with him, so with an electric pellet smoker, heat management's a lot easier because you literally just type in, this is the temp I want the smoker to stay at the entire time. And then you set and forget. Where with me, I'm using hardwood. So I've got 3 boxes of Texas post oak, and I'm having to keep feeding fire, maintaining that proper temperature. And there's points where it'll dip down to, well below where you need it. Then you got to get it back up and all the other. So I go more science route when I smoke. He goes more simplistic. Which,
nothing wrong with that either.
Nothing wrong with that.
Because
here's the thing. We were able to fucking eat when everybody was fucking hungry because his was already off the fucking smoker.
There you go.
While we were still waiting on mine to come off.
There you
go. So it was perfect. Appetizers and dinner.
Yep.
And then post-dinner.
So.
And breakfast sometimes if there's some left.
Definitely this time I did do a few different things than I normally do. So Normally I leave a good bit of the fat cap on the pork shoulder because I like that fat as it renders down. It brings more flavor in. This time, for a more even cook for the meat, I trimmed off about 3 pounds worth of fat from that fucking pork shoulder. Where normally I'm only trimming down about half of that off of it to still have some of that fat to render out as it's cooking. And then once it hit 160, I pulled it, put it into a pan, the pan that you saw me pulling it in, filled the bottom of the pan with a beer, apple juice, and apple cider vinegar, and then covered it, and then put it back on the smoker to let it finish out the rest of the cook, covered with liquid in a pan to kind of keep the meat nice and moist and tenderize it even further.
Moist.
Moist. Love that fucking word, moist.
It's such a good word.
It really fucking is, dude. Just hold on. I need to see this in just big bright letters here. Hold on.
You know, you should say that to Shango, General Shango Myers. He fucking hates that word.
Moist. It's also fucking moist.
He hates that word, man. It's actually kind of funny, man.
Some people have aversion to certain words. You know what I mean? I have an aversion to certain words too, like, I don't know, Hamas, ISIS, Taliban, Islamic fundamentalism. I fucking hate that shit, bro.
Yeah. Oh man. I guess we're going back. I guess we're going back and forth today. Did you see that both our favorite baseball teams are on the top fucking 5?
Yeah, so the Royals lost a few in a row. They dropped a few games last week, but so the Guardians are still ahead of them in the Central, right?
Yep.
But I'm pretty sure the Royals are still. We're still. By the way, for all you baseball fans, me and John are well aware we still haven't even hit the fucking All-Star break yet. For John, he's a big Yankees fan. Fucking whatever. As a Kansas City Royals fan, like we have to find stuff to get excited about sometimes. And no shit, last year we tied our worst ever record. Like I like that jamming. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but I have a feeling like that was a very pointed, like, you know, whatever. So like I can see where you're going there. But I'm pretty sure the Royals are like at the top of the wild card right now for the AL, and that's kind of like that's more than we've had to talk about since like 2016 after we won the World Series, you know, in 2015. So like it's been almost 10 years since we've had anything to talk about, and we've had several years in there where we've lost 100 games. So when we're coming out of the box on fire and we're actually contending right now, fans obviously out here are pretty happy. So yes,
You know, I have to say, and I know this is kind of like a dream come true, and I know that this will most likely not happen.
Mhm.
It would just be really nice to see like the Yankees and the Royals really go, because it always kind
They
of
had a
boils down
rival-
it kind of always boils down to the both of them kind of towards the end here. And it's just it's always happens. They always fight to always towards the end, and it always turns out to be this
they
major
used to
battle.
have this is going way back, you know, back when John was still a fucking twinkle in his daddy's eye and Jay was still like basically like shitting his pants in diapers. The Royals and the Yankees used to have a really hardcore rivalry because they went to the playoffs against each other 4 fucking times in a span of 76, 77, 78, and 80. So 4 times in 5 years they went to the playoffs against each other. The Yankees won 3 of them, and the Royals won once. Okay, and the pine tar incident with George Brett, that was against the Yankees. He hit a home run off of Goose Gossage. That was against the Yankees. So like there's
There's
in
history
the day,
between the two.
there's history, but since the Royals fucking like fell off a cliff in the 90s and just stopped being relevant in baseball whatsoever, you can't really have dude, okay, Billy Martin, shut the fuck up. Like it got reinstated, okay? No, I don't want to hear that shit jamming. Just fucking stop. It got reinstated, okay? The home run counted. All right, it didn't go against the spirit. It didn't go against the spirit of the rule, right? Didn't go against the spirit of the rule.
Yeah, Jay, you know it wasn't. You know the spiritual mess.
Anyway, so, but yeah, like you can't really have a rivalry if one of the two teams is like sucking dick for beer money. You know what I mean? Like that's not a rivalry. That's one team just stomping dick, and the other team sucking ass. You know what I mean? Like that's about all it comes down to. So, anywho, but yeah, it would be nice. It would really be nice to see a Yankees Royals playoff again, because it would not be the first time they've been in the playoffs against each other. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Oh yeah.
I took myself to a restaurant. I've been working a lot this week. I took myself to a nice restaurant that just opened. Billy Martin was the king of that. He was the king of, like, if it's in the rule book, like, it doesn't matter how obscure, I'm going to use it if I can. And I don't necessarily disagree with him on that philosophy. I did a lot of the same shit in the Army, where it was like, Jay, you can't do this. And I'm like, actually, it's really funny. The regulation says I can. You know what I mean? The regulation actually says I can. So, like, let's have a talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's yeah. I know how to read. I know how to read, and if you're literate, it helps when there's a rule book, because then you can actually make other people follow the rule book that they didn't even know some of those rules existed. The Royals last time against what would be the Royals last time in the playoffs? I don't know. I want to know.
I want to know what you're talking about.
I don't understand the context of that from the dungeon.
Yeah. I want to understand that too. Man, I found a new TV show, a new shitty reality TV show that I'm watching.
What is it?
But so it's like a do you guys know who Sam Hyde is?
No.
I'm just discovering him. And so it's like and actually I have a reality TV podcast coming out with my wife very soon. So check that out when that comes out. Yeah. We're diving into the waters.
No way.
Yeah. And listen. And so this show is called The Fish Tank, right? And it's just as bad as any reality competition show where they put a bunch of strangers in a house and bad things happen. But I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the worst things about the show was that the host made these people count. He put 3 different types of rice in a bag, made them separate the rice, and then count each grain of rice separately from jasmine, white, and brown, right?
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then they have this feature where if it's live, you can watch it live on another website. Whatever people are typing into the text, it's said on a loudspeaker in the house. So people hear what people are saying live while they're watching them. And so one of these individuals had a really bad past, and they started airing them out on the speakerphone. And we're just going to say that this certain individual was a camp counselor, and they did some really nasty things, and they wrote a book about it, and they were on the show, and these people who dove deep into this guy, they aired him out on the internet, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And some people don't know what to do sometimes about these situations, so the host of the show came into the house without his TV gear, and he read excerpts from his book in front of him and kicked them out the fucking house.
Okay, I can dig that. Like
yeah.
that.
Jay, what is that saying? We don't deal with chomos.
We do not. We do, and on top of that, it's like we're talking about accountability. So if you're a piece of shit, just own it. At least own it. Like I've never understood people who are so full of themselves and their heads are so far up their own asses. You do some fucking nasty shit, whatever nasty shit you do, and you still try to stay in the public. Like, did you think nobody was going to find out? Did you think nobody was going to know? So whatever you do, own it. But once you kind of get called out, it's like, go the fuck away, dude. Nobody
Yeah.
wants any. Nobody wants
Yeah,
any.
and he's gone now. So I wanted to talk about this real quick. So I've been investigating and watching everything that Stone Vet and those guys have been doing, which catch me on Throat Punch Thursday, this Thursday live with them. But I
That is
wanted
this
to
Thursday, isn't it? That's
yeah,
this Thursday.
I wanted to point out there that and I haven't even really spoken to the other guys about this, is that I love what they're doing over there, and
Mhm.
the reason why I don't bring it up here is because that is something that is far beyond my knowledge, but still knowing that Kaiser is doing piece of shit things,
Who is that?
lying about his service. He's the stolen valor guy, taking donations, lying about his service.
Yeah, he's that asshat stolen valor dude. That's pretty much he's using his fake service to
Yeah.
make money.
And he's got an MP tattoo on his shoulder too. I want to add that in as well. And so
Oh, you're gonna fucking piss Joe off. You better be fucking careful, dude.
yeah, so I
Like,
mean, I just wanted to say that the reason why we don't bring him up here, and listen, he's on the DD2 wall of shame, and we'll bring him up when he needs to be brought up. But it's not our
It's not our
duty
fight to
because
fight. It's not our
someone
fight to fight.
because Stone Vet is doing the justice right now, and it's crazy because like the cards are kind of stacking against them. People keep on saying these weird things, but they're not providing proof. They're not providing DD214s. Not that they have to, but if you're claiming something and then there's evidence against you, it would just be nice to tell the truth every once in a while.
Well, sure.
Even if you're a veteran that is lying, that is extending, or what's the word, exaggerating your service, if you just tell the fucking truth.
I've never understood like, and we've seen this from the lowest of the low, like ranking privates.
35 days.
We've seen people that had they didn't have any reason to exaggerate their service because their service was already fucking insane and awesome. Some of those people fucking exaggerate their shit. It's like, dude, like you don't have like there's no gatekeeping here. Like you serve. Like you don't have to fucking lie. You don't have to fucking lie about it. There's nothing to fucking lie about. There were other people there. Other people can corroborate, like what happened or what didn't happen. But like why even lie about it? Like
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've never understood the exaggerating what you did or didn't do, because it's like there were hundreds of other people in your vicinity the entire time you served. From the day you fucking get off the bus at fucking basic training to the day you fucking like pick up your DD214, you're surrounded by people all the time.
There's a thing too, that the ASVAB, right? The ASVAB, if you don't cheat on it, it will determine what your specific role is good for.
Sometimes, yeah. Line scores. Yeah, you get line scores basically.
So when you have these occupations, you go in there and then you are specially trained for that specific job, whether you're whether you're trade doc, force comm, whether you're infantry, whether you're supply, you that job, you are there to fit that role. There is no reason to kind of literally exaggerate it. Okay. Right. So what, you sat in the fucking vault smelling fucking gun oil for 4 years of your career. Who gives a fuck?
You still served, you still fucking sign your name on the goddamn dotted line.
Jay, what's that every bit as worth?
No. Which one?
You have this one saying that I love, and it's like you served your needs that the army asked for, or something like that.
I mean, in essence, yeah. I don't know the exact thing you're looking for, but it's like, yeah, you did your time, you signed your name, it's like it's a blank check to the government, up to and including your life. If you did that, I don't give a fuck what you did or didn't do. I don't care if you went to war. I don't care if you got the Medal of Honor. I don't care if you fucking got your knee blown out in basic training and you had to get medically separated because you never made it through basic training. You still sign the fucking line.
Yeah, and that's another thing. If you're lying about medals, that's public information, isn't it?
Yes, and so is the DD214. I mean, a simple Freedom of Information Act request will procure a DD214. And that's like, there's nothing to lie about. Like all three of us here on the show, our service speaks for ourselves. I don't have anything to fucking prove. I don't need to. I don't even need to provide a DD214 because there's like 100 pictures.
You just know. You just know.
There's 100 pictures on my Facebook that can fucking show you exactly where the fuck I was. Exactly where the fuck I was. You know what I mean? I don't even need a DD214. I was there. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. That's the thing. There's photos out there. You know, the internet's a fucking crazy beast in itself.
It really is.
It is.
You just know.
There's photos out there. They might not like, I don't have a shit ton of photos on my Facebook page. And that's just because I didn't create a Facebook until well after getting out.
Which is fine.
But
fine.
You know, that's my Facebook. However, there's photos all over the fucking internet you could probably find of me.
Bet money. You're probably in somebody else's.
Yep.
So it's like,
somebody else's.
You know, it's one of those things. And then the way we carry ourselves, like, I'm not out here using my service to fucking gain money. I'm not out here trying to scam people out of fucking money, claiming something I didn't do. I'm out here just living my fucking life, hanging out with my guys, hanging out with my friends, you know, shooting the shit. We do this podcast for no monetary value whatsoever. This is just this is our weekly battle buddy check. That's all this fucking podcast realistically is. Yeah. If we make money, we do. If we don't, we don't. We don't give a fuck.
But it was never about that. It was never about
There it is. There it is.
Yep, exactly, Jammin. I know who I am. Do you know who you are? That's all that fucking matters. I never once, like, I see in my area, because not living too far from fucking, I'm not saying the new name, I'm calling it its old name, from fucking Fort Bragg. Fuck this rename bullshit.
Also fuck the Confederacy, by the way.
Well, also fuck the Confederacy, but you know,
stop deleting history.
But at the same time, let's not do what other countries do and delete fucking history because we don't like it.
Well, there's a difference between
put the statues in a fucking museum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a way to go about doing it, and riding a wave and a tidal wave of
but
social like being pissed, you know, social people being pissed off, you know, and it's like riding that wave is not exactly the way to do it. The
amount of homelessness in my city alone is ridiculous. And the amount of people that I see, you know, driving down the fucking street holding signs, homeless veteran, that I'm not fucking pulling over before I throw them a fucking cheeseburger or fucking give them a bottle of water or something, asking to see their DD214. I don't give two flying fucks what your background is. If you need help, I'm the guy that I will give you a hand up. I'm not going to give you a hand out. I will give you a hand up. Mm-hmm. I will show you that there are still good people out there that will help if you need the help. But I'm not questioning. Just because your sign says homeless vet doesn't mean shit. I live close enough to a fucking military base. The chances of them actually being homeless vets are really fucking high. I don't need to know your exact fucking service record.
Sure. Yeah. And I don't need, and that's, I love that you're kind of touching on like it help, like, giving them a hand up versus a handout. Cause it's like, direct them towards a fucking VFW or a fucking American Legion.
Yep.
You know, like we're not here to fucking judge why or how, because that was your story, not our story. Right.
Exactly.
If you're in a bad place, like we'll just give you a hand. We'll fucking get you back on your feet, get you like a little bit farther down the trail until we got to like break off and do our own thing again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
I mean,
making up stories. It not only besmirches your name, it besmirches your time in service. It besmirches the time of service that other people shared with you when you were in, and it besmirches the fucking uniform you wore. That's the real cardinal sin. It stains the fucking uniform because that's a fucking veteran lying their ass off about some dumbass shit they had no business or no need to lie about in the first place. Yeah. That's the real problem. You know what I mean? It besmirches the uniform. It stains the fuck out of the uniform.
Like, now, another thing, and this kind of goes into all of this and being discharged and the different, methods, like you were saying, blew your knees out in fucking basic and you get medically separated. You still sign the fucking dotted line. I was reading something the other day, and they're actually working on, there's a bill that's up to where if you were discharged with a general discharge under honorable purposes, you will now be available to receive VA benefits.
Yeah, there was a excuse me. If you received a general under honorable, there was a process and you had to wait a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
But later on down the road, you could put in to upgrade your discharge to honorable.
But now what the new thing is you don't even have to upgrade it. If you get the under honorable purposes, it's being looked at as a honorable discharge now through the VA's eyes, and you can just get the benefits versus having to go through the process of upgrading.
It's interesting.
That is interesting. I was reading what Jam was saying. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I got the cheat code for all of you. If there's anybody still serving or currently serving or on active duty in any of the branches, like I got a cheat code for you. When you get discharged, get an honorable discharge. You'll never have to fucking worry about it.
Yeah.
And to just kind of
probably the simplest cheat code.
Yeah, just to lightly circle around what Fine, Fix, and Finish Productions is doing with the Kaiser investigation is outstanding. You guys are doing swift justice. It is kind of incredible to see the fall of man sit on a throne of lies and continue to build a circle of thorns around him.
It's okay, man. Like I sit on a fucking throne fucking made of fucking skulls and blood, dude. Like, but you know what? Nobody's gonna find any bullshit on me. You know why? Because I don't fuck around.
Yep.
And if you think I fuck around, ask Joe.
All right. So, quick question: who wants to talk about drugs real quick and how they can help with PTSD?
Tell us.
So we're gonna talk about Joe Rogan's favorite drug, MDMA. Okay.
Ecstasy.
And look, I know what you guys are thinking. Oh my God, we're gonna talk about drugs. No, we're gonna talk about the
medical uses of said drugs.
Yeah, so
that's what we're going to fucking talk about.
I have a manifesto here. In my manifesto, I'm going to read it. So the Food and Drug Administration is in the process of deciding whether to approve a new use for an old drug, MDMA, a psychedelic substance, as a treatment for PTSD. This potential approval could mark a significant shift in how we approach mental health treatment. What is MDMA, you ask? I'll tell you right now. MDMA, or 4-methylene dioxymethamphetamine, is a synthetic drug that acts as both a stimulant and a psychedelic. It's popularly known as ecstasy or Molly in recreational context.
John, just out of curiosity, when was the article that you're reading written?
Last week.
Well, something came out 3 days ago that we'll talk about when you're done. Keep reading.
Okay, fantastic. So it has been known to produce feelings of emotional warmth, empathy, pleasure, and an altered sense of time and sensory perception. Yep. Now PTSD. We've talked about it before. We talk about it every week. We stand by it. I mean, I'm not going to assume, but we all have it. We've all been through some shit in our lives, and so.
Yes, but have you ever been defending your refrigerator from the dragon trying to get all your food?
No, but I just got a new refrigerator last week. Amazing. Like, it's actually a really nice refrigerator. But that's wild. Have you, Squilini? Wow.
Only time I've ever done acid. One bad trip's all it took for me never to do it again.
See, I did a lot of acid in the 90s, but I never did ecstasy. I saw those fucking candy kids, like the way they dressed at school and fucking like talking.
Yeah, I never did that either.
All I'm gonna say about
the culture at the time, the party culture, and like ecstasy was like considered like a party drug in the 90s. Yeah. I was like, why the fuck would I want to do? Like, look at these guys. Like, why the fuck would I want to do that drug?
So
I'd rather do fucking black tar heroin.
Fucking from the dungeon.
What did he say?
Acid and X was the shit.
Yeah, so I was a big fan of fucking LSD.
Damn it,
Okay, so
Huge.
listen, I'm
Huge
so
fan of
sorry,
LSD.
Shalini, I'm
Ecstasy,
so sorry.
fuck that.
I'm
John's-
so sorry.
John's
Like,
over here like, y'all have done side railed my entire fucking conversation.
No,
Shut
no,
the fuck up.
no, because unfortunately, I'm about to add into the fact that there was a time when my wife and I were really into X for like 3 days,
Dude,
and
did you-
those
How wild
we
was that sex though?
Just
How wild
okay.
was that
Look,
sex?
so this happened about 10, 15 years ago.
But how wild was the sex?
So that was wild. But the thing is that we took one, and then like 6 hours later we took another one, and then we ran out, and then we bought more like 12 hours later. And I can't believe I'm about to fucking say this.
so
but
you were tripping balls for a couple days.
yeah, we didn't leave the room. We were pissing in a bucket. We were ordering food and just pissing in a bucket. So guys, don't do drugs.
Fuck, John.
Don't
Jesus
do. Listen, it was a wild time in our lives. We were having a good time. We were living our best lives. Okay.
I've never
The
been-
safest
John-
drug on the planet right now is the marijuana.
John, I have been on week-long fucking benders, bro. Multiple, like more than once in my life. I'm 43. I've been on week-long crazy benders.
Yeah.
I've never pissed in a bucket, bro. But I've never pissed in a bucket.
Wait. Hold on. We're gonna reverse for a second here to that comment, Jay.
Oh, God.
You served in combat and never once pissed in a fucking bucket?
I pissed in piss tubes. I pissed in bottles.
Holy
I didn't
shit,
piss in a
Jammin.
fucking bucket. I didn't piss in a fucking bucket. Okay. Or I piss on the ground because I'm a fucking king, and every piece of property I fucking step on, I own.
I can't just piss on my floor where I lived.
I'm just saying I never took
Well,
a
I mean,
drug.
I've been there.
All
I've
I'm
done
saying
that.
is-
Clean.
All I'm saying
We've
is
talked about it before.
I never took drugs and had to piss in a bucket. That's all I'm saying.
I just
No
feel bad.
judgments. I've just never done it.
Clean over here like I'll never piss on the floor in the fucking place I live. Motherfucker, remember 3 months ago when I told y'all before the episode where I fucking was drunk as shit and pissed in the corner of my office thinking I was in the bathroom?
Okay, that happens. That sometimes you like blackouts happen. In
Oh, but
dreams
you're
and, like,
judging me for pissing in a bucket?
I'm not judging you for pissing in a bucket.
You
Okay,
chose to
hold
piss
on.
in the fucking bucket. Why don't you just fucking walk outside and piss in the grass? Like you're like
listen.
there's-
All right. Why?
Because his
all right,
legs didn't work.
We're talking
All
about
right.
hygienics.
he
We're
was
talking
he
about
was
being-
having hallucinations like he was Lieutenant Dan without a fucking wheelchair.
Yo. So why is MDMA considered for PTSD?
fuck,
I'll
dude,
tell
that
you
shit
why. It's freezing, you said?
No, I think
Or-
just on my end.
Oh
My
yeah, I don't
camera.
know what's going
Yeah,
on.
you'll be all right. You'll live. You look pretty.
So-
You look pretty like that.
So why is the FDA considering this? Why? For emotional release? Oh, that's new. Elgato. Emotional relief. MDMA reduces the fear response during therapy, allowing patients to open up their traumatic experiences without being overwhelmed by anxiety. Increased trust. The drug fosters a sense
go.
of trust and safety, making it easier for patients to connect with their therapist. And enhanced emotional processing. The MDMA helps patients process their emotions more effectively, enabling them to work through their trauma in a supportive environment. Now, the FDA approval process is pretty simple. There's 3 phases. The first one is just testing small group on healthy volunteers. And then phase 2 is testing on a larger group of people who have the condition the drug is meant to treat. And then phase 3 is a large scale testing to confirm effectiveness, monitor side effects, and compare it to commonly used treatments. But benefits highlighted by supporters of this, and we're talking about people who have studied this, I'm not talking about like lab scientists. I'm talking about like growers, people who have been distributing this stuff for years, who know what they're talking about.
Sure. There is chemistry and science into this. We're making a lot of like drug jokes, but like there is chemistry and science involved in a lot of this shit. So like, yeah,
Oh,
let's not. Look at
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
And so some of the benefits highlighted are significant improvements, and in assisted therapy, reductions in PTSD symptoms, and some patients no longer meet the diagnostic criteria for PTSD after treatment. This has been shown. And then treatment resistant PTSD, which this therapy could especially be beneficial for patients who haven't responded to traditional treatments like talk therapy or medications. But there are concerns and risks like potential for abuse, obvious side effects, long-term safety. So it's a growing debate. But you said you had some kind of update.
Yeah, 3 days ago, the FD. Actually saw this week, and I didn't know if you had seen it, but in 1 second here, pull it back up. 3 days ago, the FDA panel voted 9-2 that MDMA combined with talk therapy is not an effective treatment for PTSD. That was 3 days ago. The FDA handed down that decision.
Okay,
They said no.
So we
The Food and Drug Administration said no. It's probably going to be slightly controversial in certain circles.
Yeah.
That's what science does, kids. That's what science is for. That's why we keep testing.
Yep.
We keep testing theories. So, if you're not happy with that answer, like go back to the drawing board and freaking like let's figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I was going to say this isn't the first time MDMA or anything like that has ever been tested to treat psychological disorders.
Yeah, they were doing that shit in the 60s, kids.
Because that was LSD back then.
Books have been written about this shit.
Yeah, and I mean, even with the move with cannabis going to a Schedule 3 soon, which is big in a sense.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Cannabis going to Schedule 3 is a huge fucking deal.
And it's more than just like, oh yeah, we're gonna start be able to smoke. Like, no, it's not really that. There's still a lot of federal regulations that are still going to be involved in that.
Where our beautiful country and land really shot itself in the dick was this giant tidal wave of like anti-drug shit started in the fucking 30s and 40s, and then the 60s happened, and like people got really scared, and they basically just shut drugs down. And the war on drugs proved to be the war on drugs proved to be a colossal failure. Okay, we're talking about like it just ruined a lot of people's lives on both sides of the law.
Mm-hmm.
But during all that time, no science was being done. No science. No studies on weed, no studies on fucking ecstasy, no studies on LSD, no studies on psilocybin during that whole fucking time in the war on drugs. Fucking, and by the way, in case anybody's fucking keeping track, drugs won the war on drugs. Drugs won. So if that gives you any idea, this is just yet another example in our country that prohibition does not work. Prohibition will never work. Outlawing drugs, outlawing prostitution, outlawing gambling, all the so-called like vice laws, that shit doesn't fucking work. Well, people find a way. Go ahead, Joe.
And the thing is, that's where, the war on drugs was a failure. We honestly, the first war on drugs was the original prohibition back in the day.
It was.
And that didn't fucking work because the government found out really quick, hey, we ban it. People are still going to fucking do it. They're still going to find a way to fucking get alcohol.
Yeah.
And they did. And then finally it got overturned. Then this next phase of the war on drugs where we're fighting,
it also created a black market, which increased crime. It increased crime.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing with, marijuana. Like,
it's
for years, it's the exact same fucking thing. It created a black market and underworld scenario where,
and the underworld. And
the underworld's winning now. Now the underworld's winning. Cartels only exist because of the war on drugs.
And I study shit with the cannabis world. You guys know this. It's go ahead, Squealy. It's wild.
I always say the first official the war on drugs was a failure. For the latest war on drugs was the second marijuana started getting legalized in states. When the first state fucking legalized it and said, hey, on a state level, this is fucking fine. There's no reason this should be illegal to begin with. That's when the failure fucking happened.
Well, and it's only because we're putting people in jail for fucking nonviolent offenses. Okay. We're putting people in jail for extremely long sentences for stuff that if you would just tax it and regulate it and tax it, they wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
that job wouldn't have existed in the first place. Whatever job they did, whether they were a middleman, a dealer, a fucking user, a fucking whatever. Okay, a kingpin. Okay, that job, that like whatever they got arrested for wouldn't have even been a crime if the shit was fucking regulated and taxed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's not. So, I'm not a huge fan of big government, but we're talking about science and chemistry and chemicals that alter perception and reality when you're under the influence. That's why you regulate it. You don't make it illegal. Making it illegal doesn't make it not exist. You fucking regulate it and tax it.
Well, and that's the thing, like, because it was Colorado was the first state to legalize marijuana.
And Washington.
Well, Colorado and Washington.
Same year. It was the same year. It was the
same year, but a couple months apart. I mean, of the three of us, I'm the only one that lives in a non-recreational or medical state currently.
Yeah, that's right.
Currently. And that's probably going to change
in the
near future.
So in North Carolina, it was about 3 weeks ago on Indian reservations. It's legalized now.
There you go.
Nowhere else. So it's coming.
It is coming. There's no stopping the tidal wave now. It's like
exactly. I mean, there's more
anymore.
States where it's recreational and medically legal than there are states that have it completely illegal.
Listen, this isn't the 1980s, okay? They're not like me and my little sister growing up on like, afternoon specials where like we see the dangers of fucking speed. And like we see like, Helen Hunt throwing herself out of a fucking second story window high on fucking speed. And yes, Helen Hunt was in an afternoon special showing the dangers of speed. Okay. And she threw herself out of a fucking second story window. It's pretty cool, actually. It's kind of fun to watch. But that's like the information's all fucking what? It was fun to watch. What? I'm not even making. You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm gonna find this shit. I'm gonna fucking send the link, and you're gonna pull it up with no sound.
I got you. Hang on.
I got you. I'm getting a link right now. Motherfuckers.
And it was fun. That's what made it fucking go over the top. And it was fun.
Out the fucking window.
It's the Just Say No commercial.
Look up Helen Hunt. Yeah, Helen Hunt. Like Helen Hunt. Yeah, like dude, you'll see. It's like from 1970. It was like filmed in the 70s, bro. Yeah, here we go.
Is it this one?
Yes. Oh and she's gonna start screaming and shit, and then fucking. Where's Helen Hunt? Hold on. Hurry up, ladies. I want to see her fucking fly out the window. That's Helen. Oh, that's Helen Hunt. Oh, but I don't want to do speed. What if it makes me go crazy? I swear to God, I grew up on this shit. This is the dog shit they used to show us.
What is going on here?
This is the fucking shit they used to show us to scare us, to scare us into not doing drugs.
No, I don't want to do crank.
What a fucking no wonder the fucking war on drugs failed. They had no fucking media. Look at this fucking shit. I could film a better goddamn movie in my fucking backyard. You know what I mean?
Where's the window part?
Oh, just wait, dude. Oh, it's coming. Yeah, don't watch. Oh, boom. Yeah, right there. Fucking get in there. Fucking charge that shit up. Like, oh yeah, take a bump.
She's doing it.
She took a bump. Oh, she took a bump. Oh, world's gonna fucking end now. Whee!
Oh shit!
Yeah!
Jesus Christ!
Look at that shit. And she's like screaming and shit, cutting herself up, dude. Like, this is the shit they used to show us to fucking scare us out of doing drugs. I don't make this shit up. I do not make this shit up.
How could you? We just watched it.
The truth.
What the fuck was that shit?
Ladies and gentlemen. God damn it, you motherfuckers.
I have a sadistic sense of fucking humor. Like, that just made me want to go do a fucking.
Oh shit!
The truth is always stranger than fiction, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God! So this episode has gone haywire. So I mean, and it doesn't even end there. Fucking North Korea is throwing garbage into South Korea through balloons.
Not garbage, shit, feces.
Like feces. Literally feces. It's feces. It's not just
like giant garbage bags filled with fucking feces, and they're using balloons to fucking like sail them over the fucking border into South Korea.
Yo, what? I mean, I don't want to get into the politics of it, but what the fuck is wrong with them? Holy shit!
What timeline do we fucking live in right now.
Yo, they're throwing.
I'm telling you, they fucked
shit.
up. They fucked up when they killed. They fucked up when they killed Harambe. Fucking, they totally fucked up when they killed Harambe. Like, we are in the
went
worst
downhill from there.
We are in the worst fucking possible timeline, dude. I don't even know what the fuck is going on anymore, dude. Like,
Our version in the fucking our Earth in the fucking multiverse is just fucked up.
it's just stupid. It's
Yeah,
fucking
you know,
stupid.
in another Earth, in an alternate universe, Harambe's still alive and they haven't had to deal with any of this shit.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
dicks out.
dude. I'm fucking telling you.
Better yet, not
All right,
only is
dicks out.
Harambe alive, he's the fucking president.
He might as well be. He fucking might as well be. It would probably would probably be fucking easier right now. Like, it wouldn't be fucking half as crazy with Harambe for president as everything has been like the last like fucking 8 years. This is nuts.
Yeah,
This is fucking
you know.
nuts. Anywho.
Oh, like what the fuck happened, man? But yeah, that's happening. I mean, I don't get it. But yeah, I mean, we're kind of just gonna kind of shift it while we're coming towards our last 30 minutes. I mean, today, I mean, you know why we don't talk about gaming, but there is something exciting today.
Okay.
We got the Xbox showcase happening today. I think we're gonna see some Starfield stuff, Black Ops 6, and look, we're Black Ops 6. We had our friend James C. Burns as a guest on the show, who was the voice of Frank
awesome.
Woods. He
That
was
guy's badass. That guy's a badass.
fantastic. He was a awesome fucking guest. Guys, go check out that episode. He's been posting a lot of stuff on his social media of old videos of the characters. So I kind of want to understand if he's
Dude, I love that we like
going to be back.
I love the clip that we found for him too.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
like-
fucking great because he was like, "Where did you find this?"
Yeah.
The fucking internet, my friend.
It's like we found like the best clip for this guy, and he was so happy when he saw it because he was like, I know he remembers that shit because like he was totally like cucking some fucking poor bastard, and the poor bastard walks in, and he just walks out. And he's like, I was done with her anyways. Like
Yeah.
fucking like
It was
epic as fuck, dude. Like
Almost. The thing is, I think that was the first guest appearance we had on the show after I joined was him.
Yeah, and it was
might have
actually like one of our first outside appearances
Completely.
that were in our inner circle. So that was nice to have. And then Ace too. Crazy Ace was another one that's now in our circle. And hey, we miss you, man. We'd love for you to come back.
anytime,
But
anytime.
yeah, you know, we got that happening today. I mean, there's a lot of cool games coming out. I'm excited for Starfield, but there's one game I really want to fucking play, and that's State of Decay. And I mean, that is a co-op multiplayer zombie game, and you just beat the shit out of people with it. You just beat the shit out of people and zombies, and you just go crazy.
So I know your State of Decay. Here's my thing. At least this time with Call of Duty, we don't have to fucking buy it.
What do you mean?
It's on
So
Game Pass.
they already announced Black Ops 6 will be available on Game Pass on day one. So we don't have to fucking buy it this go round.
All right, I'm gonna tell you, motherfuckers, one thing right now. I will get Game Pass. We will play this game.
We will play this fucking game.
We will play this fucking game. I'm telling
From
you.
the
right?
dungeon. Are you joining us? Because I know you play Call of
You
Duty.
know what?
I'm telling you. I'm gonna.
It'll
hold
be
on.
an after dark episode of the show, and it'll
Dude,
be us.
We could finally keep our IP legally and do DD214 gaming.
Okay, hold on. I'm telling you guys right now. This game has about fucking like 2 days.
Oh, I know.
Like it's got like I have no expect. I have literally like negative expectations for this.
Oh, I have negative expectations too. But this time, I don't have to buy it to see that my negative expectations are true. This time, I already
I'm trying not to be salty sailor here. I'm
so
trying really hard not to be a salty sailor here, but like
yeah, I mean, but the thing
have,
is,
like,
I
no
already paid for
expectations.
fucking Game Pass. It's going to be on Game Pass. I download it. I play it for a day or two, and then I fucking uninstall it like I do with fucking every Call of Duty game that's come out in the last fucking 7 years.
My Game Pass lapsed last year, and I haven't renewed it since because I didn't use it enough. Like I quit basically. I just totally quit, and like
I realistically, I still pay for Game Pass for 2 fucking games. Halo and Forza.
I love Forza.
So 2 franchises. Let me rephrase that. 2 franchises. Those are the only reasons I have fucking Game Pass.
Well, shit, you're about to get fucking State of Decay 3.
I wasn't even a big fan of the first 2 State of Decay games.
I fucking loved them, dude. Loved them. I'm still a big fan. I'm waiting for the thing to start now.
Now, so obviously the Xbox thing's today, and I believe
13 minutes it's starting. I'm waiting for it to start. And then it's great because I got another shoot after DD214, so I'm not really gonna be able to like watch this thing.
I gotta go tomorrow.
I gotta go do the ladies soccer game today here in Kansas City. So
tomorrow is the kickoff for Worldwide Developer Conference for Apple.
Oh, is it really?
Tomorrow we have the keynote to announce the new operating systems. There's probably going to be some kind of hardware announcement because they always announce something during this. I mean, we just got the new iPads. The iPhones won't be till later this year. Go fuck yourself, Jay. So they're probably, because I know we got the new M3 MacBook Pros and Mac Mini early this year. So, or MacBook Air. So, I mean, we're probably going to see some other like computers get announced, some of their other Mac lineup get announced with the M3 chip, or they're going to go ahead and announce like the MacBook Pros with the M4 chip, since with the latest iPad Pro, they skipped the M3. They went from the M2 chip in the iPad Pro straight to the M4 for this new generation of the iPads. So
fuck yeah,
we might see something along those lines, but it's going to definitely be more software focused. So, and a lot of AI is expected out of this.
AI, you say?
So that's what I'm looking forward to, is watching that tomorrow and seeing how that plays out.
Oh, that's good.
What else are we looking at? What do you guys got coming? What do you guys got coming this week? Anybody doing anything this week coming up aside from the Apple conference? We got a whole week coming ahead. Like, what are we planning anything?
June 11th, I am doing From the Dungeon in the Vault show.
Oh,
so that's actually going to be.
John, give me a timestamp on that Eastern time.
Okay,
I thought it was the 12th. I thought you said the 12th.
It's the 11th.
I have 2 appearances this week. So the first one is From the Dungeon in the Vault, but that one's going to be exclusively on Rumble. So we're going to get into some wild conversation there. That
June 11th. June 11th on what time?
From the Dungeon. You're in here. Hang on, I got to look through my.
He's here.
I think that's at 10.
10 a.m. Eastern.
I'm pretty sure that's at 10.
John has to pull up his fucking calendar.
Poor bastard. Sucks when you grow up, doesn't it, John?
Dude, it's growing up is fucking wild, dude. Yeah, on Rumble, 11:15 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern. This Tuesday, live on Rumble. And then I don't have an exact time yet for Throat Punch Thursday, but that will be on Thursday, obviously, because it's called Throat Punch Thursday. I can't wait for that. I will have a time for you on that absolutely soon. I'm trying to just. That's really all I got going on. Actually, I'm waiting. Is anything happening? Big Brother's coming soon. June 13th.
Oh, was it the 13th? Hold on.
Yeah. I got my day off on the 12th.
And Throat Punch Thursday, what channel is that? Is that the Fine Fix Finish Productions?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'll tell you one thing. I played this. I did play an interesting game this week. I played Cards Against. Oh wait, we did get to play Cards Against Humanity online that one time, right? Well, guess what?
We did that once.
I found it again. They got a new site for it. If you guys ever want to play again and get wild, because that's what happens sometimes, and it's just like. It's
I'm always down. I just,
Time.
I just, I've been working a lot lately and trying to stay out of bar fights. So,
Well, yeah, we know. Me personally, or better yet, Jay's trying to stay out of bar fights. I haven't been in a bar fight in a while, so I was hoping Jay would get into a fight so that way I could lay hands on somebody.
Are we bad people because we get kind of a sick thrill out of it, or does that make us just regular dudes? Or
Like,
What? Okay, but
and
let's
that started getting Jay. That entire incident started happening, and I'm just over there like the internal MMA fighter in me. Like my tism started going off. Like, please let me have to lay hands on a motherfucker today.
Please, sugar on top with a cherry. God,
like this has been a great
God,
vacation so far.
but
Let's finish this off on a high note.
Yo, but here's the question: what is the line for us?
What's the what?
Oh, I've just fucking burnt myself.
Wait, what's the what for us, John? As you fucking start
What's the line? What is our line, right? I mean, we know the obvious line, right? We know what hoops we know what fences not to jump over, right?
Sure.
But I'm pretty sure people question like, where is our line? Where do we stop? But I think it's pretty obvious, right? We kind of stop right at the border.
Well, obvious to some, not obvious to others. Some people don't pay attention to facial expressions. Some people don't pay attention to body language. When you change the tone of your voice, when you change the inflection of your voice. Some people are just really fucking disrespectful, and they deserve to see the wall come down and the mask come off and be like, "What's up, dude?" If you want, because if you want some, you can come get it. But you better have a good fucking reason. If you don't,
y'all want to see a good picture of right after this incident?
Oh God,
I do.
Oh my God,
Jay doesn't even know I have this photo.
I'm gonna kill you, dude. Is it my big fucking fat beautiful American ass like at the fucking jukebox?
Yeah, I think I did show this photo.
You showed that one last week. You showed that one last week.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, look at that ass.
Yeah,
look at that beautiful ass. Just shining American ass.
Flatter than a plank.
No, it is. No, it is not.
Jay over there trying to find fucking fight music in case this douchebag comes back into the bar.
By the way, John, I have all the fucking humps, dude. All right, dude. Like I wear baggy clothes, dude. Like, all right, like I have some fucking very lovely lumps. All right, I promise.
Man, you saw my attire yesterday with my wife. You saw the photos.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know,
dude, you guys look beautiful, man. I'm so glad. Like it makes me happy to see my homies happy. You know what I'm saying? Like you, Joe, fucking everybody. I know there's people out there that want to see Jay happy. We'll see.
Are you happy, Jay?
No, I haven't been happy in years, John. That's okay though. I have two beautiful children. I do enjoy, and I get most of my life comfort from being a dad, and like that is cool. I don't really remember what the definition of happy is. I have moments of joy. I do experience joy. Okay, we're not talking about like hardcore depression here, where I just never laugh or I never fucking anything. No, I have a lot of good things. I have a lot of good things going on in my life. I don't remember happiness. I have joy. I have fleeting moments of joy, and a lot of times my children, because I'm a dad, like a lot of it is my kids.
Are you content?
Content, yes, that very content. So but I don't necessarily equate being content with happiness, and that those two words, for as often as they could probably be interchanged in a sentence or a paragraph, I do not equate being content with being happy. So there's a little bit of a functional difference in my world between being content and happy. Am I content? Absolutely. I have everything I need. I have more than I've ever wanted. I'm in my personal Mecca, which is Kansas City, Missouri. I waited 35 fucking years to get here. I work at two beautiful cathedrals right around the corner from my house called Kauffman Stadium and Arrowhead Stadium. Okay. Like I'm living the dream. Happy. Like I still smile. I still laugh. I still do all the things. You know what I mean? But I don't really remember what happy is. It's more content. Yes. That's a much better term, John. Content is a good term.
You're
not going to see me cry. You're not ever going to see me fucking crying in my beer.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't have enough. I have treasures on top of treasures here. and I'm doing fine, and I'm gonna continue doing fine.
Hell
That's why I'm in therapy, by the
Oh
way.
shit.
I'm gonna work on that happiness thing. That's why I'm in therapy. Let's go find what that word means again to Jay. Right? That's a whole nother. We'll have another episode where we talk about some of that stuff. How about that?
That sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. And I just got one more news that I just found here too. I completely forgot about this. There was an astronaut test flight that happened this week.
It did. Mm-hmm.
There was a slight trouble with the thrusters. No big deal. They were able to get it done.
Nobody died. Nobody died.
Now they know what the errors are.
Mm-hmm.
Because imagine if this was the actual mission.
Well, they had to scrub that flight. They delayed that flight a couple of times.
Yeah, probably for that reason. And it probably,
they got human beings on board. You can't afford to fuck. Like, if you have a fuck up and people die, you're gonna lose your contract. You're gonna set the whole fucking thing back another fucking 2 to 5 years.
We're going to the moon in a couple years. I think 26 is a proposed date that they want to try going.
I don't know that we're going to make it to the moon by 26. I know.
I don't think so either.
The Chinese are trying. The Chinese just landed on the far side. The Chinese just bounced the fucking beach ball off the far side. It didn't go exactly as they wanted. This is the one time. One time you'll hear me say, "Good job, guys. You're getting there. Fucking keep going," because I'm a firm believer in progress and science. Robble.
Yeah, India's doing slamming in with their space studies too.
I also have to remind everybody too, since I'm giving a little bit of props to China for landing on the dark side of the moon with the fucking drone or whatever. Last week was fucking June 4th. It was the 35th anniversary of Tiananmen Square. We're not afraid to talk about it here on the show.
That's right.
June 4th happened. So fuck the CCP. Fuck the CCP. Like, that will never change on this show. I say fuck Russia. No,
you're absolutely right about that.
I'll give them their props where I can give them their props. You're never like June 4th, 1989 fucking happened. Okay, Tiananmen Square happened. Okay, so like fuck them on that one. And I want to remind anybody that's watching that's too scared to fucking bring up that fucking date. Okay, here in the United States of America, I watched it on TV. I watched it on fucking TV. I remember that shit from when I was 8 goddamn fucking years old. I will never forget it. I'll never forget Tank Man. Okay, I'll never forget any of that shit. Okay, so props on your science. Fucking get better at your goddamn like social acuity, because the rest of the world still thinks you're a fucking joke. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, fuck communism in general.
I think we can all agree on that. Like, I think we can all agree on that.
But yeah, I think this actually may be a good transition into the final thought.
Sure.
I took it last week. Do one of you guys want to take it?
Joe, it's been a couple weeks, Joe. It's been a couple weeks, Joe. You want to take it?
I guess. I mean, because I know it's been last week was the first week after I did it last. Live in KC.
Who did it last week?
I did.
John
Jeff,
did.
why don't you do it?
Okay. That's all good.
You do it, man.
Fuck if I remember.
You're fine.
I've been busy the last fucking 2 weeks.
No, it is about that time. We're going into another week. Tomorrow's going to be Monday. All right. We're all here. We're all safe. That's the way it's supposed to be. All right. We always want to remind everybody. Always. It's not always. There's not as much always that you can do about the things that are going on around you. Sometimes the only control you're going to have in your life is the things that you do, right? And the way you react to things. You're looking and listening to currently a guy who is a master at making every single mistake in the book first before I finally learn the fucking lesson. Okay? All right. I will try every hard way first, probably, before I ever try like the right way, the right time. You know what I mean? Like that's called time and experience. All right. When you're in a rough spot, when you're feeling alone, when you're feeling down, okay, start talking to people. Okay. If you've been a little isolated lately, try to start getting out. For example, this last week, I've been working a lot because I've had some extra time to work. I took myself out to dinner one night by myself, by my fucking self. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like, I'll eat a fucking meal in a nice restaurant by myself. I don't give two shits or a fuck. I did something nice for myself. Socialize more. Call your family. Call your friends. Call us. We don't give a fuck. All right? Like, I'll talk. Talk to me. Talk to John. Talk to Joe. You talk to somebody. Okay? If you're having an extreme moment and the waves are fucking crashing in and you can't see straight because you don't know which way is up, but you definitely know you're 8 feet underwater and you have to start surfacing soon because it's getting a little verklempt in there. Okay? You can call 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK. You can text or dial 988 also. They'll get you the same people. It's people that sit around 24 hours a day waiting for your phone call. There is always going to be somebody out there. The only secret to life is living to see another day. Okay? It doesn't matter how good or bad we feel sometimes. Sometimes, like me and John were talking about earlier, it might just become a matter of like learning how to be content. It's okay to be content. Find out what your content level is, and then you can start talking to some people and see if you can like rediscover like some happiness and joy. Right? It's okay. Depression and anxiety are a thing. Post-traumatic stress is a thing. Recovery from fucking trauma is a total thing. Okay? Your feelings are valid. You're not wrong. Okay? But it's also not about being wrong or right. It's about sticking around and fucking surviving to see the next goddamn day so we can fucking like do some shit fucking down the road together. We can't do it together if we're fucking missing people out of the goddamn formation. Okay? We're not going to make it to the X if fucking like half the people that were supposed to be with us on the X, okay, aren't fucking there anymore. All right? We want you here. We need you here. We need the fucking tribes. We need all of us. Okay? Like, you're not alone. Nobody's fucking alone. And in this day and age of 2024, the only time we're actually truly alone is when we choose to be. It's when we choose to be.
That's right.
So choose to be not alone. Choose to be around other human beings. Okay? Choose to find those things in life that you hold on to and they're dear to you and that you love. Find a hobby. Fucking Joe likes to fucking like barbecue, and he's really fucking good at it because that shit looks tasty as fuck. That's like a hobby. Okay? Start a fucking podcast like these three fucking like middle-aged fucking like white males did. Okay? Start a fucking podcast. Okay? I love that stereotype about us. All three of us are middle-aged white males. We have a podcast. That's a joke. That's a joke.
It is a big joke. Yeah.
That's a joke. That is a joke that writes itself. Like, I have a podcast. I'm a middle-aged white male in the United States of America. Of course I have a podcast. Duh. You know what I mean? That joke writes itself. Do something for yourself. Daily, weekly, monthly, biannually and yearly. Okay? Quarterly, biannually, and yearly. It's like PMCS in your fucking trucks back in the motor pool when you joined. You got to PMCS that ass. All right? So that we can fucking stick around. Seriously. Hey, it's funny.
I love that. I love that.
You have to. Preventative maintenance checks and services. PMCS. You have to PMCS yourself. And that's part of it. You have to do a little bit daily. You have to do a little bit weekly, a little bit monthly, a little bit quarterly, a little bit biannually, and a little bit yearly. But if you keep doing that shit on a long enough span of time, you're going to discover and see how much farther you are along down the trail than you were, however long before. Shit does not happen overnight.
Yeah.
It does take work. It does take some discipline. There is going to be places where you fucking stumble and fall. But we don't give up. We do not fucking give up. We don't quit. It's in the if you're in the army, it's in the fucking soldier's creed. Never give up. We don't quit.
That's right.
That's not part of the mission. You can't complete the mission if you quit. Okay? We love you all. We want to see you here. I want to see every single one of you in 168 motherfucking hours. All right? In formation, ready to go, ready to rock and roll next motherfucking Sunday. All right? I want you guys all to have a good week. Whatever you're doing, whether you're working, hanging out, freaking chilling, do it safely. All right? Don't add to the population. Don't fucking subtract to the population. Okay? If you're going to fucking tap it, you better fucking wrap it. If you can't find a condom, don't be a dummy. Fucking shoot it on her tummy. All right? Like, be responsible. All right? Be fucking responsible. We make jokes about me, Jay being crazy sometimes and doing this or that or the other. That's kayfabe. Okay? That is kayfabe. We're all fucking adults now. We all know like what do we call that? The what's going to happen if we step outside of bounds. Okay. We're not in the service anymore. When you're in the service, you were scared of it. We don't go out in the civilian world and like step out of bounds just because we think it's different all of a sudden. It's not.
That's right.
You know, there's repercussions for real world actions, right? So we have to play it safe. There's a reason for that. Okay. There's a reason we have like, you know, like a lawful society, and we try to be responsible civilians, right? Again, I know it's hard for some of us. It's really hard for some of us, but there's a way to do it. Okay. I've never been afraid to admit I've been in therapy. I've been in therapy now for 5 years. Since I got back from my last tour, it was the end of 2018. I started therapy in 2019. I have been in therapy for 5 fucking years. I am probably going to be in therapy for a lot longer for the rest of my life. Some of these
okay.
That is okay. Some
Yep.
of these things are not going to go away. That is okay. I will have bad days. I'm going to have days where like everything is on fire and I can't see straight. That I'm not going to quit though. Like that's we don't quit. Okay? When I'm on my knees, I got my homies right here. Joe, John, okay? Some of the brothers from fucking Arizona, okay? All my neighborhood crew here in Kansas City now. Family members, loved ones, acquaintances, whatever. They're going to help pick you up. They're going to help carry me. They're going to help carry you. They'll take a little bit of weight out of your rucksack and put it in theirs so they get you a little bit farther down the fucking trail. Yes, you can. In Espanol, sí se puede. Like, yes, we can. So, with that being said, guys, I want you to have a good week. I love you guys so much. Like,
thank you so much.
Yep.
We'll see you in 168 hours.
168.
And don't forget to catch us on DD214
Yeah,
Gaming Week.
don't
We play the
forget to catch-
shittiest game in the world.
And don't forget to catch John this week on Rumble on From the Dungeon.
And Throat Punch Thursday.
Throat Punch Thursday. He's going to be a guest this week, so be sure to tune into that if you're listening to this after the live portion. So we love you guys. Stay safe. Be good.
Yep.
All right. I want to see everybody here next week. Love you guys. Wrong hand, Joe.
No.